No, you can't be hiding. You can't hide.
I don't want to go on this.
Well, we'll just hear your voice. You're too shy and you're too attractive. You don't want to, because people recognize you off Tinder. They say, "Oh, that's where he works." So, Anthony, we were going to have a conversation with both yourself and the gentleman hiding over there about there's been quite a significant upsurge in burglaries and attempted shoplifts and all that kind of stuff in Delgany, which is shocking given just how sleepy this village is, really. It's been how long now? It's been about a month or maybe more of generally there's been this sort of acknowledgement that there's trouble in the town.
Well, it would have been around December time as such that some of the troubles came to our door anyway as well, from a couple of lads who were giving us a helping hand at night time. Came out to find that one of their vans had been gone through as such, and
Right.
My own van or car as well had been rifled through as well.
Right.
From the stage where you're so used to having a nice village atmosphere around the place and maybe not as observant of keeping car doors closed, locked, windows and all this type of thing as well, where you don't like to think about having to go down that road,
Right.
but just you had to be so much more aware. Like one of the gentlemen that were working with us, the young lad that's working with him went out, got something out of the van, came back in, just forgot to lock it.
Right.
And then when we went back out, there was a gentleman in the front of the van going through it, getting whatever he could get out of it as well at the time.
Right.
So,
And it is a shock because I've grown up here now, and I've obviously occasionally, like, somebody steals the saddle off a horse or something, or something happens, but it's a rare
bike goes
occurrence,
missing
and
or something like that.
yeah, it becomes
it will be found later on.
Yeah, it'll
somebody
become-
took a loan of it to
yeah.
get out of the car.
But then-
Nothing too sinister.
even just in the past week now, just we're right beside Hunter's Brook is a neighbouring kind of estate here. There was a huge kind of a ruckus where 5:40 in the evening, a guy comes upon three young men in his house and gives chase. One of them is caught, another one is thankfully caught by the guards, the third kind of escapes. But the guards have said that the three of them are well known to them. They're, I think, possibly from Fassero. But again, it's that trouble. You do not want to paint people with any kind of brush, because you don't know until the very simple thing of someone is caught in the act and say, well, that's the person. It doesn't matter where they're from or who they are. But there is a growing concern that we're now having to basically look out, beyond our own
aware.
garden, our own house, and just be aware of who's out there and why they might be just hanging out for no good reason in Delgany. There seems to be a new...
Like in Hunter's Brook there's only 20 houses, a small cul-de-sac house estate as well.
Right.
And you just don't associate that with a small place like that. There's no massive big estates as such, shall we say, where there's lots of people coming and going all the time. That's
Yeah.
a very private estate, that type of thing as well. And also talking to customers in the shop, there was another lady in, and she was saying that the glass house there that just been renovated and got sorted out, and next thing you know there's about 30 or 40 panes of glass broken and graffiti
Right.
written on it as well. And like for only for vandalism's sake,
Yeah.
there's nothing taken at the time as well.
Right.
So like when that starts visiting on your door, you just wonder why.
Yeah, it is one of those things that said you certainly don't want to make assumptions, but I know that in the last few months now there were some French people moved into the area. Do you think it might have anything to do with it?
I wouldn't be in a position to say yes, no, I'm not stepping into that one.
No, we won't say it's French. But anyway, what we do want to say is that people really should and just basically look around a little bit more than maybe they would normally at just what's in their neighbourhood.
Be more
Yeah.
neighbourly, people coming and going, strangers. I know
Yeah.
there is properties that are rented out to people as well in the area, and it'll be a while people moving in and out, you get to know who's actually living in the house and that type of thing going on.
Sure.
But
sure.
just keep an eye on the neighbours. If you're going out, just make sure you lock your back door, windows. Like, even just nipping out to ourselves or this shop here as well, you say, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But you just can't take that chance anymore.
Sure. Well, especially a young Shay Clear had a problem where somebody tried to break in. Thankfully, it wasn't successful. But he's in that position where he lives alone. He's in a small cottage, and those are the sort of vulnerable kind of spots where they are older houses with wooden window frames and wooden doors, are not exactly high tech kind of security. But the awareness now would make a huge difference. Just to sort of occasionally look out your window, look up your street, whatever it might be. Just if there are other people, just be aware and just let your neighbours know if you're concerned that there may be trouble ahead.
Oh yeah, and you can also ring the guards as well, just let them know what you're seeing, or
Sure.
reg numbers of cars or whatever thought it might be in the area.
Cool.
They appreciate all the help you can give them as well.
Well, I know we're in Brady's too, because they've had that unfortunate thing where shoplifting has suddenly taken an upsurge, where people come in and fill the bag and try to make a run for it, and so I think just generally anywhere you are these days, just be aware around Delgany that there's a problem right now, and I think it will pass as they become aware of the fact that they're not getting away with it. There will be a different kind of climate for them. But yeah, we'll put the word out, and hopefully we'll see a change for the better.
Yes, hopefully too as well.
Cool.